It's 6:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. An Edgeworth man has died after being hit by his own boat on Lake Macquarie. The 45-year-old was off Marks Point yesterday morning when he fell from the vessel. Joanne Elliott from police headquarters says while the man was in the water, he was hit by the boat and sustained serious injuries.
Fortunately, witnesses in boats nearby assisted him, took him to Pelican, about 5 kilometres south of Belmont. However, he's died on arrival. We've had police from our Marine Area Command and Lake Macquarie Local Area Command attend. They've commenced investigation.
Fire crews are still working to control a large bushfire at Pelham near Kurri Kurri. It's believed lightning strikes sparked the blaze in the Hospital Road area around 8:30 yesterday morning and quickly took hold due to gusty winds. Nicole Sanders from the Rural Fire Service says crews have been back burning through the night.
What we've seen overnight is a drop in temperature and the reduced winds leading to favourable conditions for crews to complete some backburning activities to work to contain that fire. So we have seen that be quite successful and they have established quite a good control line there.
The fire has destroyed almost 300 hectares of bush. At one stage, up to 60 homes were under threat before a wind change later in the afternoon caused the fire to take a run to the north. RFS Incident Controller John Ryan says there was some concern for Kurri Kurri Hospital.
Oh, look, at this stage there was a report that Kurri Hospital was nearby that where that fire is. And look, it's still a fair way off the Kurri Hospital. We've got a number of fire and rescue personnel around at Kurri Hospital as a precaution at this stage.
Meanwhile, crews are working on a small bushfire at East Cessnock between Melbourne Street and Maitland Road, while a bulldozer will be brought in to strengthen containment lines around the Swan Bay fire at Port Stephens. The parents of a Thornton teenager who died after being struck by lightning at Port Stephens are trying to come to terms with their son's tragic death. Paramedics spent more than an hour working on Jaden Morrissey following the freak accident at 1 Mile Beach on Saturday after surfing with friends. While his parents are still searching for answers, they've told the Herald they want his friends to know no one is to blame. An early morning fire has caused extensive damage to a power tools outlet at East Maitland. Firefighters were called to East Maitland Power Tools on Garnett Street just before 4 o'clock this morning. It's taken an hour and a half to extinguish the flames, which caused fire damage to 20% of the building. Police are investigating the cause of the fire. Hunter homeowners, renovators, tradesmen and handymen are being urged to be alert for asbestos in home projects. The warning comes as part of the asbestos awareness campaign this month, centering around educating people about the dangers and health risks of exposure to asbestos fibres, including the deadly mesothelioma. Organisation Development Manager for Port Stephens Council, Michelle Gilliver-Smith, says many people still wrongly believe only fibro homes contain asbestos.
Asbestos products can be found in houses that are built or renovated before 1987. So I think, there's a bit of confusion in the community. Sometimes we tend to think that asbestos is something that happened quite a long time ago, but in fact it's in quite recent times that it was still in common use.
Now at sport, Belinda Delaceres.
Newcastle Knights rookie Sione Matautia has made it a dream debut for Australia, helping the side to a 16-12 Four Nations win over England yesterday. The young winger racked up at game-high 168 metres off 18 carries, including an impressive 100 metres from 6 kick returns. The Jets' horror start to the season shows no sign of relenting on the back of Saturday's 2-1 loss to Perth Glory. Striker Geronimo Newman scored in the 74th minute to hand Newcastle a promising lead, but the celebrations were short-lived, Perth's Jamie McLaren sealing the match with 2 goals in the following 5 minutes. Jets coach Phil Stubbins says it's a wake-up call.
Without actually believing that you're going to win the contest, having that real mental edge and resolve about how you last out the contest, you get found out and you get punished, and that's what happened to us.
And Newcastle wheelchair racer Kurt Fernley is on a high after taking out his first New York Marathon in 5 years. That's sport. I'm Belinda Delas Harris.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 7.